Here's your guys' review for the benchmark. All right, so first set of topics is trigonometry. So right here. So here's theta. So in the perspective of this theta, you guys have opposite. No, sorry. Yeah, opposite and hypotenuse, and this one's your adjacent. So remember SOHCAHTOA. So in the perspective of that angle, you guys, we have information at O and at H, which means we have to use sine. So sine theta is equal to opposite over hypotenuse. Now to solve for theta, you guys, you just take the sine inverse of both sides. So then theta is going to equal to sine inverse of 20 over 25. Put this in your guys' calculator and it's going to give you guys 53 degrees. Number 2, okay, so remember here's theta. In the perspective of this theta, this is going to be the hypotenuse and this is adjacent. And just for kicks, that's opposite. So in SOHCAHTOA, right? There's information at A and H, so that means we're going to have cosine of theta is equal to adjacent, which is 20, over hypotenuse, which is 55. To solve for theta, you guys just take cosine inverse of both sides, so theta is going to equal to cosine inverse of 20 over 55. Theta is going to be 69 degrees. All right, number 3. Okay, so here's the angle 74 degrees. So now let's label our O, A, and H, right? So SOHCAHTOA, so this side is the opposite, this side would be adjacent, and this side would be the hypotenuse. So the one that uses O and A, you guys, in SOHCAHTOA, that is tangent. So tan of 74 is equal to opposite over adjacent, so 15 over x. So we gotta put this over 1, and now, you guys, we have to cross multiply. So x times tan 74 is x tan 74. 15 times 1, 15. To isolate x, we have to divide both sides by tan 74. So your guys' x value is going to be 15 divided by tan 74. So x is going to be roughly around, once you guys put that in your calculator, 4.3. Number 4. All right, so in the perspective of this angle, this one's hypotenuse, and this one's opposite, and this one's adjacent. So in SOHCAHTOA, O and an H, that's sine. So sine of 46 is equal to 12 over x. We are going to be cross multiplying. So we're going to have x sine 46 is equal to 12. Divide both by sine of 46. X is going to equal to 12 sine 46. Put that in your guys' calculator, so x is going to be around 16.7. All right, here for number 5, you guys just have to find theta at angle C. So sorry, you have to find cosine at angle C. So in the perspective of this theta, or angle C, right, we have to use cosine. So adjacent over the hypotenuse. So cosine of C, you guys, is simply going to be A over H. Divide both by 10, because that's the biggest number that goes into both. 3 over 5A. Number 6, we're in the perspective of this angle right there, which is angle X, so we have to find tangent. Opposite over adjacent. So tan of X is going to equal to 40 over 9, which is B. Okay, moving along. These two guys are similar triangles, so we just have to set up a proportion. So let's do 9 over 45 is equal to, that's just x over 45. We're just going to call that x. So what we can do is cross multiply. So we get 45x is equal to 45 times 9, which is 405. Divide both by 45. X is equal to 9, which is D. Moving along. Okay, for 8. Now, if you know that this amount is 2, you guys, that means this amount must be 16 minus 2, which is 14. So let's label this whole side x. If that whole length is x, you guys, and this is 4, then that means this part is the whole minus the part, which is x minus 4. And now we can set up a proportion. There's many ways you guys can set up the proportion, but I will choose one way. I will do x minus 4 over x minus 4 is equal to 2 over 14. Cross multiply. 2 times x minus 4 is equal to 4 times 14, which is 56. Distribute. 2x minus 8 is equal to 56. Add 8 to both sides. 2x equals 64. Divide both sides by 2. X is equal to 32, which is A. Nine. Set up another proportion. So SC is the same thing as SU. So I'll just do 9 over 15 is equal to x over 25. Cross multiply. So 9 times 20, or 15 times x, you guys, 15x. 9 times 25 is 225. Divide both by 15. And we're going to get x is equal to 115. Over here, this question mark is x. So RU is the same thing as U and W, so I'll just do 9 over 81 is equal to 7 over x. Cross multiply. 9x is equal to 7 times 81, which is 567. Divide both by 9. X is equal to 63. So just some similar triangles review, and there's also one more. Alright, so for 11, 15 and x, okay, this whole thing is 8, and this part is 6, right? So that means this part right here just must be 2. So let's set up a proportion. Many ways you guys can set it up. I'll just do x over 2 is equal to 15 over 6. Cross multiply. 6 times x is 6x, and 2 times 15 is 30. Divide both by 6. And x is going to equal to 5. For number 12. Okay, so if that whole piece is 2x, then that means this piece right here must be the whole minus the part, so 2x minus 2. Set up a proportion. I'll just go from top to bottom. So 2 over 1 is equal to 2x minus 2 over 2. Cross multiply. 2x minus 2 is equal to 4. Solve for x. Divide both sides by 2. X is equal to 3. Alright, so this is the new topic we went over today, guys. So this is converting degrees to radians and radians to degrees. So right here we have radians, so that means on the bottom will be pi and on the top will be 180 degrees. Now it's time to cancel, so we can cancel off the pi's from one another. And now let's just solve for this. Well, 7 times 180, you guys, is 1260 divided by 6. And 1260 divided by 6, you guys, is 210 degrees. So there's that one. 14, since this is degrees, we need to multiply it and change it into radians. So the degrees will be on the bottom, so 180 degrees, and on top, pi. So we're going to have 315 pi all over 180 degrees. So now we got to simplify these degrees, okay? So I noticed that both of them can be divisible by 5. 315 divided by 5, you guys, is 63. Pi over 180 divided by 5 is 36. And then I noticed that 63 and 36, you guys, can be both divisible by 9. So 63 divided by 9 is 7 pi, and 36 divided by 9 is 4. That's as simplified as it can get, so that means it's C. 15. Again, we have degrees, so we gotta get into radians. So 180 degrees on bottom and pi on top. So we got 215 pi over 180 degrees. And now let's simplify. I see that both can be divisible by 5 from top and bottom. 43 pi all over 36, and it can't be simplified anymore, so the answer is B. Alright, this is a radian, you guys. This is a radian. So now we gotta get it into a degree. So on the bottom, okay, so multiply it by 180 over pi, because then we can cancel off the pi's, and then we just simplify this. So notice, you guys, 12 can go into 12 and 180, so then it would just be 37 times 15, and 37 times 15, you guys, is 555 degrees. $17, this is in radians, so we have to get it into degrees. So pi on the bottom, 180 on top. These cancel. Now we can cancel off the 4 with the 180, and 180 divided by 4, you guys, is 45 degrees. So we really have 11 times 45, which is 495. And lastly, 330. So we have degrees, you guys, which means you need to convert it into radians. So on the bottom is 180, and on the top is pi. So we have 330 pi all over 180. We can divide top and bottom by 10. Over 18. And then we can divide top and bottom by 3. 11 pi over 6. And that's A. So hopefully you guys, this is a nice review, and then tomorrow we'll just finish it up.